Hi, my name is Marc Belaiche. I'm president of TorontoJobs.ca. Thanks for watching. So today I'm going to share with you just what's going on in the job market and give you some ideas as to what to do if you're looking for another position, and kind of wanted to say hello, touch base. So obviously there's a lot of bad news going on. We have over 1 million people using or filing for unemployment over the last few weeks. There's probably going to be more recently. Obviously, it's a crushing blow to the job market. In my career, there's probably only been one other time that I feel it's as bad as it has been now. I've been in the industry, in the recruiting industry, for 25 years now. So I'd say there's 3 times. So the first time for me was 2001, where the dot-com bubble happened. And then there's 2008, 2009, which was the financial credit crisis. If you were around, you would remember that. And then for 2020 now with coronavirus or COVID-19. I guess at this point, if I compare the 3 of them, 2001, 2002 was the dot-com bubble was really, nothing at that point. 2008, 2009 was pretty tough. I think there were 80 or 90,000 people that had lost their jobs back in February, March of 2009. And at that time, that was pretty traumatic. When you figure this one is 1 million jobs, which is 12 times what happened in 2008, 2009, and I'm just talking Canada here, it's definitely a big hit. So I'm gonna share with you my thoughts of kind of what's been going on. Obviously, since 2008, 2009, we had an 11 or 12-year run of high employment. Jobs were plentiful. It was a great time. And now you don't have to go far to hear all the bad news, although it does seem like things are slowly getting a little bit better. It seems like perhaps we're about halfway through what's going on right now. So I'm just going to adjust the camera here. This is a live event, so I'm just going to get that there. So thanks for watching. I do suspect that there may be another wave of layoffs happening, perhaps after this wage subsidy kicks in or ends, which will probably be around mid-June. I don't know what's going to happen, obviously, but a lot of companies I know are holding on to people for now, knowing that the government's picking up 75% of their costs. But thereafter, I'm not really sure what's going to happen. So if you've been laid off, here are my suggestions as to what you should do. First of all, apply for any and all government programs that are out there. So obviously right now, CERB is the most common one. Apply for EI, employment insurance, as well. The CERB stands for Canada Emergency Response Benefit. So just make sure to have that account, get direct deposit if you're eligible for it. Number 2, people are in a bit of a zone where they're not really looking for a job, and truthfully, as a recruiter, I'm like thinking this is now the time to really get everything together and really get your resume up to date, figure out what you want to do, where you want to be, what kind of role you're looking for. This is really a great time. Like people say, use this time as a gift. I mean, obviously, if you're not affected by coronavirus or COVID-19, your family members or whatever, and obviously I wish you safety and best health and so on and so forth. But if you're not affected, now is a good time to really get that resume together. Have somebody look at it, perhaps a resume writer, a coach. We do provide those kind of services. If you are interested in it, you can visit talesfromtherecruiter.ca. To get more information. But, really, this is a great time. You have some time, you're at home, really spend some time like putting your thoughts together in terms of what you're looking for. So a few other thoughts here for you is really get a spot in your condo, townhouse, apartment, wherever it is. Try to get some time, block some time, get some space where it's quiet, where you can really focus on your job search. Now, if you're in a layoff situation and you expect to be called back, then that's a different story. But if you've been laid off and you don't expect that job is going to come back, well, then you got to do what you got to do and not wait till you think the economy might get better or the job market might be better. So companies are hiring. I spoke to a recruiter this morning. He said he's expecting 6 offers this week with some of his clients. So there are companies that are hiring. Some of them are work from home. Some of them are opportunities that you may not be eligible for depending on what your background is. But there are companies that are hiring. notwithstanding all the bad news that you might hear about layoffs and how many people are filing for employment insurance, EI or CERB, you might want to be aware that if you have been laid off, that your job may not exist on the flip side of all this. Back in 2008, 2009, and I think of 2001, 2002, there were jobs that didn't exist after those that the economy took that hit. So think about that, and it might take you some time to find a new position after this if your position has been will change or has been changing. So make sure to think about that now, not wait till June or July when you think things are going to get better. Like, think about it now, because it does take some time to do a little bit of soul searching on what you're really good at. Another tip I would say is reach out to previous bosses and co-workers that you worked with in the past, and don't forget to stay in touch with your current boss or your most previous boss if you're let go. Like, leave on good terms. I know there's a lot of people that say, well, I'm going to get them back and I'm going to sue them, and they shouldn't be doing this to me, and so on and so forth. Some companies aren't going to survive this, period. So I do think that you should definitely stay in touch with people. You should stay in touch with your previous employer, co-workers. Try not to leave on a bad terms. Like, it's going to be tough to get something on the flip side of this. There's no doubt, depending on your background. I would also use this time to look at taking courses, perhaps taking online courses. There's lots of webinars out there. There's lots of YouTube content, obviously, out there. Consider taking a certificate, a degree, diploma, whatever it is. It might be your time to go back to school and perhaps ride this out, depending on what your skill is and what you're good at and where the job market might be for your background. But I always think of Wayne Gretzky, the great hockey player, who always said, go where the puck is, not where it has been. So keep that in mind for sure. Next point is think of what you love to do. So I always think of making a list of your top 20, top 30 categories and areas that you like. So whatever it is, what you want to wear, what you want to do, who you want to work with, things like that. That's really important when you're talking to recruiters trying to figure out where that goes. So have that in mind, and read more than ever. Where trends are going on, where the market's heading. You want to be aware of all those areas as you're working through your job search. And then finally, my last tip is be an expert in whatever you do. So if you are an accountant, if you're in sales, be an expert in those areas and really read and really know what's going on in the market. Join social media groups. Be a leader, be a thought leader in those areas. Anybody can do it. The LinkedIn and so on is a level playing field in everything. So anyways, in conclusion, this won't last forever. So if you're at home, you have time, take the time to figure out what you're going to do. Feel free to check out our website at TorontoJobs.ca. We post all our jobs. You can search and apply to positions there. I did write a book called Tales from the Recruiter, so you can visit our website at talesfromtherecruiter.ca if you want to pick up a copy of the book or check out some of the services that we offer to you for job seekers. And feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn as well. And visit us on all the different platforms that we're on. We're all the social media. And feel free to connect with me. Give me a call if you want. 905-812-5627, extension 2873. Have a great day and look forward to seeing you again. Thank you for watching.